Hi, welcome to my presentation today on skills-based approach. Today I'd like to discuss adopting a skills culture for your lifelong learning. A skills culture is a mindset to be motivated in taking action to learn and apply skills. It's very much a growth mindset. You always give learning a skill a chance. You don't get hampered by preconceived abilities. You don't feel like you always have to master the skill, and you don't have to compare your abilities with somebody else. With a skills culture, you learn skills as needed, almost on an ad hoc basis. You discover how to properly learn a skill, commit to learning it, and then try to apply the skill in various experiences. You might learn skills as needed for career growth or if you have an interest. As you identify skills, move through skills-based approach to acquire them. You can also use skills-based approach to track all your learning with the skills. So you're always ready to share your skill set with your stakeholders and always know where you left off in learning a skill. Most people strongly agree, 67%, that you can learn a skill if you work on developing it and am determined to learn it properly. According to my book, A Skills-Based Approach to Developing a Career. It could take anywhere from 20 hours to learn a skill for your own needs up to 10,000 hours to master a skill. With the skills culture, you believe you'll be hired based on your skills, so you feel confident that if you learn the necessary skills and validate them, you'll get hired based on these skills and competencies. With a skills culture, every experience is an opportunity to apply skills. The definition of knowledge is facts and information and skills acquired through education and experiences and a theoretical or practical understanding of a subject. With the skills culture, we concentrate on the experiences part of that and skills. And we work to apply skills in every experience, even with a deliberate practice of those skills. Another aspect of a skills culture is competency-based learning, where you work towards a desired skill competency, and therefore you can introduce personal and adaptive learning. You can choose how you learn a skill, and you can choose how much time you spend learning the skill. You can respond to your learning, and you can pivot if necessary. Once you reach a desired competency, you can move on. There's no seed time contingency. I usually pit talent versus skill in conflict with each other, especially within the context of a skills culture. Basing your career on talent and ability often leads to a fixed mindset. You feel you have certain abilities, so you must base your career on them. The application of skills is much more predictable. If you learn to practice skills the right way in every experience, it's much more reliable than talent. If you put a list of talents and skills next to each other, many of them have similar names. The difference is just the connotation that talents have or what you have naturally. It is logical to assess talents as you plan the development of a skill set. I call that the craftsman mindset. It's the part of the planning stage of skills-based approach. And I agree with Larry Bird. If you do have talent, a winner is someone who recognizes his God-given talents, works his tail off to develop them into skills, and uses these skills to accomplish his goals. With the skills culture, you have a desire to communicate skills. You want to share your skill set with your internal connections and your external connections. Internal connections meaning your teammates, coworkers, and a supervisor or mentor. And your external connections might be your clients, your partners, potential employer, recruiter, or referral. This is part of the presenting stage of the skills-based approach. With the skills culture, it's also about taking control of learning. It's our expectation. 72% of us say a lot of responsibility falls on individuals to make sure they have the right skills and education. Almost 82% of us feel that access to training is important to keep our skills up to date and is key for our success. And on the same theme of taking control of our learning, we should drive our careers as well. And this is what Liz Ryan suggests in the most serious skills gap of all. Teach us to drive our own careers. Experts are suggesting that companies adopt a learning culture. I suggest that culture largely be based on a skills culture and use skills-based approach as the platform. According to a Pew Research report, there are two drivers. First, the rise of the internet and its disruptive potential for education. Second, we're in a knowledge economy, so companies must stay relevant. They must have knowledgeable workers creating knowledge products. I think part of my inspiration behind the skills culture and why I speak so emphatically about it is because it comes from my own experiences. Throughout my 20-year career, I found ways to learn skills to complement my business education. Some of the skills I've earned accolades for, such as graphic design, user interface design, and application design and programming, and writing. My philosophy is to go out and try to learn skills that interest you, you currently need as part of your job, or might pursue as a career. If you are a college graduate, you do not have to always go back to college and get another degree. You can acquire the skills in other ways. I've taken 8 MOOCs. Never say no to a supervisor who gives you an opportunity to apply a new skill. Give learning the skill a chance. A good supervisor gives you a chance. Always look to expand your skill set. If you are asked what projects you want to work on, like a lot of companies do, select ones that are challenging, have a challenging experience, something you can grow from. So I talked about a skills culture and I briefly mentioned some of the attributes of skills-based approach. Skills-based approaches is an ideal methodology, platform, and application to work with skills throughout a lifetime. This includes education, higher education, and careers. It's a perfect platform for a skills culture. As you can see, what you do is there are 4 stages, and you constantly cycle through the 4 stages with an evolving skill set. It's very effective in personalized and experiential learning, adaptive learning, competency-based learning, and micro-credential learning. I hope you got something out of this presentation and consider adopting a skills culture as part of your lifelong learning. You should also consider using skills-based approach as a platform for your lifelong learning as well. You can follow the community online at skillsbasedapproach.com, Facebook, Skills Based Approach handle. I've just started building a blog on skills culture, www.skillsculture.com. Thank you.